Rising Dragonfly. Condensed, what's up? Just adjusting these levels here. We're back on StreamYard here. We have a few hours left of the free trial. Might as well tap it out. And there's actually a few videos I wanted to play. And on the StreamYard, I'm able to play longer videos at the moment. I haven't figured out on the new software how to do the longer videos. I don't know if you need to upgrade. It kept sending me to this other plan. And I thought the plan I had, I'd be able to do all that. But I'm sure it's something I haven't figured out, just like sharing pictures. Yeah, it's probably really simple. Just haven't figured it out. But anyway, good to see you two here. Hope everyone's well. We're doing good tonight. Despite all the madness in the world. It's a cool little track there. That's straight from the StreamYard. So we went that route. Hopefully that sounds good. Having little issues with this other method of playing music. We'll keep trying. We'll figure that out as well. There's many other things, and as much as possible while we're here in this lifetime. All right. Yeah, tonight we're going to touch on the fire issue out here. So if you're sensitive to the topic, I know there's a lot of people out there that have been affected, and also a lot of people just been bombarded with a lot of the media and social media. But it is something that has touched close to home. So it's definitely been on my mind, and we're gonna kind of scan through some things. We're not gonna do any deep dives. There's a lot of people out there already doing all that, so we're just gonna kind of scan through some of their stuff. And Dragonfly is having vegetable lasagna. Bon appetit. Sounds good. Did you make that yourself? Homemade and made from scratch stuff is always the best, right? We were talking about those taquitos the other night. Not sure if you caught that, the metallic taquitos. It's funny, my family in the group fam chat, they were going off about the taquitos, and there was just interesting comments between them. Some made you giggle, and some were a little more watch out, stuff like that. And yeah, I've touched on just certain foods where you eat, where you know. Actually, my buddy tonight, we're going to be sharing some footage that was shared with me, a good friend. And we have another good friend, Joe Monk, in the house. He heard lasagna and he manifested. Got Joe Monk. Yeah. Give it up for Sierra's giant, the Grass Valley monster, Joe Monk. So yeah, our buddy who did the floors over at the shop, I don't know if you've noticed the floor at the shop. It's got this wild uh, design to it. And our good friend, uh, yeah, who's an artist, also goes way back from childhood and is a well-known street artist and really kept his game up. And yeah, everyone's on different levels once you get into the whole street art scene, graph scene, and everything. But yeah, he's come a long way, and yeah, just like Butcher, super talented, and yeah, those guys even know each other. And uh, anyway, so yeah, the buddy that did the floors, he actually lives near the Palisades, very much near there. And so I know he's probably the one person I know that's closest to that particular fire. So yeah, space lasagna for Mr. Monk here, please. I'm sure Monk could scarf down some large portions of that. And so, yeah, thank goodness he's okay, and so is his family. He was allowed back to his place, so his place is still up. So a blessing for him to be able to be home, and he's also a photographer, artist, photographer. You know, he has a good camera, and he actually captures a lot of UFOs. He invited me to some of the UFO groups out here, and he's just got that gift, you know, of being able to spot things, and also on video too. He could check out videos and spot anomalies. He's had a lot of strange experiences. We'll have to get him on here. And in some of the pictures that he shared, there's actually anomalies, but I don't know if we'll be able to spot them out. I just wanted to be able to share some of his footage so you get to see some of the devastation through his eyes, and it's the area he lives in. So let's see. Joe here drove right by the auto fire day before it started. Wow. Oh yeah, we were talking the other night, and I'll bring it up again. It was it's here. Making sure I got the music off here. I got the volumes down, but the day before these fires started, we were talking about fires on a live stream, and I was talking about some of the Northern California fires that I had experienced, and there was quite a few of them. And it happens often up there, so people think like, oh yeah, let's head for the hills, and it's just as dangerous out there. I think with this particular type of disaster or just fire. It's always been an issue out in the hill or mountain country. Yeah, I bet you get those winds out there too, huh? All right, we got Philip Blair in house, reporting from the state of Washington. Washington's on my list. On my way down here, actually, we flew up that way, leaving Oregon. For some reason, the plane went up to Washington first, and I don't know if we dropped some people off or what, but would have been cool to touch base. But soon, it's on the list. So, greetings, Firewater. We got Maggie in the house with tacos and burritos for everyone in chat. Even though it's Wednesday, I actually had half a burrito, veggie burrito that my brother, we split one. We usually split one. He gets it from this particular place, and they're huge. So we're able to split that. And I ate half of that earlier today, and I had half of it tonight. So I didn't have to whip anything up. Lulu. We got DJ in the house too. What up? Scratching records. You step into place there, bro. How you doing? Chilling, he says. Maggie, how's the weather down there? So lost my thought there, but we're gonna be going back and forth. You know, I was like, kind of had my mindset on how I was gonna start and this and that, but once you jump on, it's like, oh, the brain goes all over the place. It's, could be terrifying. Oh, Joe Monk. Joe Monk recently had an interview. I thought you were gonna be in suit and tie and the whole nine, Joe. So yeah, we'll be looking at some of that footage that our good friend shared. We'll be sharing his Instagram also. Actually, let's do that right now while we can. Let's see if I could jump into the live stream here through my phone. Y'all just chill out. Do what you need to do. All right, we're able to tap in. What was weird, yesterday, we're doing a test run with the new software there, and I wasn't able to tap into the live stream on my phone for some reason. That was kind of weird. It's another little hurdle there. All right, we're about to share his Instagram. I don't know if any of you out in the chat are on Insta or IG, but if you are, tap in with our boy here. Check out some of his art. Whoa, did you hear that? That was loud. I think that's that train sound we've talked about. I think when they're hitching carts, it sounds like an explosion. Speaking of explosions, earlier tonight we had more bozos out there lighting up a bunch of fireworks. Played a video the other night showing, and it was like during the fires, and now it's still during the fires, right? But it was soon after the fire started, and people still lighting fireworks and stuff. That's wild. And whoever's doing that, I wonder if it's the same person, because it seems to be coming from the same area from here. Yeah, they got some money to burn there. Sure, it is expensive. Sure, it's expensive to purchase those things, and especially if they're the high quality stuff, which it sounds like. And that's going to be another issue or topic, I should say, that we'll get into. We threw up our little disclaimer there. Hopefully that's good enough for whoever. And yeah, let's see how we're going to kick this off. So since I haven't figured out how to share pictures, I've been making these little, just like a movie slide type thing. And we'll be checking out the pictures like that. Let's see here. Whoops. Sorry about that. So that's our disclaimer there. And then I wanted to bounce to, let's see. Guess we could start. We'll start here. We showed this the other night. My nephew sent us this. It was a screenshot, I'm sure, from someone else's channel, probably on TikTok or something, and just fires that were starting around the city, different areas, and it seems to be happening more. And yeah, it seems like some people with some screws loose are out there doing this stuff. And yeah, you're seeing a lot of that over on different platforms. I'm not seeing it as much on YouTube, which is, I find it interesting. And yeah, it's even over on the news. You know, they've been reporting a lot of this stuff. There's a bunch of investigations out right now. Yeah, I don't know. And earlier today, we had someone over at the shop trying to light a little juice box right at the corner of the shop. And I was checking this dude out. And yeah, he seemed just in bad shape. And I notified my brother was inside the shop, and I seen this dude just kind of checking him out, seeing what he was up to. Couldn't see me. And then I seen him starting to light the juice box, trying to light the juice box on fire with the lighter. And so I went over and called my brother out. And by the time my brother came outside, the guy was kind of done doing what he was doing, and he started to walk off. And so I got a little footage of him walking away, and we'll check that out. Luckily, it didn't, juice box didn't light up, but it just made me think, like, what's on this dude's mind, And it seems to be on a lot of people's minds right now. Like, where's this at? Yeah. Seems like there's a signal being pumped out or something. And people are picking this up and running with it. Excuse me as I post some of the comments here. I'm not tapping into the comments. I'm keeping my train of thought as much as possible here, because I do get all over the place very easily. And there goes my camera. I'm over here, camera. Try to get away. Activating the camera again. All right, let's see. So from there, there's a couple other pics. All right. So if you missed last night's stream, peep it out. We got into a local missing persons case. Not too deep of a dive, but a rescan, because we got into it a few nights before. So we're touching base on that again. And yeah, we'll get into that blue bus there. Let's see. Actually, setting up this mixer there, along with everything else. That's my little setup. Got this little table and got everything kind of propped up there. Not too much of a mess of wires. It looks like it, but it's under control. But this mixer here is quite a mixer. It's huge. I haven't used it in a while. And now I'm able to connect that with my audio interface here. And who knows, maybe we'll be doing some live mixes of music. Come have a dance party. Elder, welcome. Greetings. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I've been really thinking about my music again, and there's a whole bunch of music I have somewhere I need to get a hold of. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll have this up and running, and we'll apply that somehow. And so speaking of, we're talking about some of these folks lighting stuff up. I seen this, so I subscribed to this channel, and I don't recommend it, but he had an interesting thumbnail and video, and as you can read there, it says people setting fires and police don't do ish about it while the wildfires are still burning. Homeless and mentally ill roam the streets of LA lighting fires, and then it goes on and on there. Yep, it's a tractor. I think it's the S8. And I have a smaller tractor as well, way smaller one. That I eventually need to set up too. Can't have them sitting there. And I've done that before. I'll things will sit there and collect dust, and it's kind of sad. But yeah, eventually it comes in waves to certain things. I get into music or maybe other stuff, and you'll just, be into that thing, and then it'll kind of phase out for whatever reason. And later you kind of tap back into it. And we're coming back around to that. Music, I don't know, just music's been different for me lately. It's been, I haven't been listening to too much music, little bits here and there, and certain kinds. But yeah, see this thumbnail here. Very interesting. And yeah, in the video, someone's lighting a bunch of stuff there. The police roll up. Don't really do much immediately. And then eventually firefighters come up and guess put out the situation. But yeah, you're seeing a lot of this type of stuff happening, and a lot of vids. Yes, it is, Robert. It's great medicine, especially, depending on the type of music, and people are starting to learn a lot more about the different hertz and how it how it affects us. So be very mindful of what you're listening to, because it could make you feel certain ways. See, Joe Monk saw a dwarf scratching records on a skateboard while he was hunting for Bigfoot in the woods. Whoa. Maggie. All right, so with that, I was mentioning that guy earlier. Actually, before that, we'll get into that a little later. Let's see, where is that guy at? Is this it? There we go. Here's the wall.
That guy was trying to light a juice box.
Okay. We're gonna
fire right now. Watch.
music down over here right quick. I knew the music was still playing. Boom. All right. Rewind. DJ pull out. So there he goes.
That guy was trying to light a juice box on fire right now. Watch. I'll show you the box. There's the lighter.
And it's unfortunate that people are out in these conditions, but we do our best to help whoever we can. But some of them are way far out, and this dude was. Right, Maggie? There's a little burn on there. And so that was that. So I've been keeping an eye out because yeah, just the other morning we had a situation where I woke up. Even I think it was a day before that we had what looked like a fire outside of the shop. And we went live, and there's a big old cloud of smoke, and then the following day I wake up in the morning and I look outside, and across the hill uh we have fire. And that one was alarming. Anytime any of these hills here catch fire, it's alarming. um there's a BD's channel there, and of course, yeah, I still go by Brown Dwarf. Everyone's like, oh man, your name change. Yeah, no, it's just an AKA, so you can still call me Brown Dwarf, no problem. We good. But here you could see, let's see, where is it at? uh yeah, right here, Bigfoot Dwarf is live. Fire is the title of that one. And yeah, we went live. And so if you haven't checked that out, check it out. And this is during these big fires that are going on. So very alarming. There's a lot of residential areas on those hills there, and that could have turned out really bad. Joe Monk thinks he's seen the same guy up north about 2 hours ago. Very possible. You never know. That would not surprise me. And so if you haven't checked those lives out, check them out. And the one from the shop is up. Just go to the live sections of the channel there. And if you're watching this later and haven't subscribed to the channel, hey, give us a subscribe. Peep the vids, peep the posts. And yeah, there's a ooh, eyes are a little dry there. Um there's a post that I shared. It was last night. There's several of them, and one of them is on the street issues in East Los Angeles. So, dark topic, but if you want some insight to what's going on around the shop area and just this area, even that particular channel there gets into a lot of that stuff, and it's yeah, viewer discretion is advised. And it's just good to be aware of those things. What up, Mr. Big Red Dog? 420. How's it going? Go ahead and share that link out again for our boy, Dr. Design. And we talked about also people we know being affected by this was Mark Worst, who originally did our first mural at the shop. So they got hit hard, and yeah, very unfortunate. So prayers out to them, to him and his fam. And if you don't remember Mark, we did just like we did with the butcher. We were I was doing my own personal documenting. My brother did his of the mural going up, and yeah, another very talented artist. So keeping him in mind, man. So my buddy was really bummed out. You know, having to experience all this, and on top of that, he had gotten sick. He had just gotten back from a road trip, gotten sick on the road trip. So, and now all this is happening. So, man, I really feel for him. What up, Gerald? Gerald's up. We got Dukefoot in the house. Yeah, we're going to be checking out some pictures here shared by one of our close friends here who was very close to the Palisades fire. And before we get into that, the day of the fire, we went live and also got footage of that from the shop, which was pretty gnarly. I knew it was something big going on. And that day we had gone downtown, which was another live stream we did, which I had this weird feeling. It was like I called it the calm before the storm. It felt like downtown seemed a little empty, and it was probably already because yeah, the situation was going on, but I don't know if people were aware. But that probably was uh, uh, the issue there. It's probably people hadn't come into downtown because they were dealing with that. Um, Chi, 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 chi. Roll, roll, roll sounds. What's up, Chi and Gerald? It was fun hanging out in your live stream earlier. I know I didn't give a heads up. We've been doing these random lives. And so the day of, get back to the shop, and I was in my truck, and they've been doing construction and remodeling the business right across from our shop. They're preparing it, and I think someone is already gonna be renting the place. And I heard through the grapevine that it's gonna be an antique shop. So that's pretty cool and exciting. If so, we'll be welcoming them in. We'll see what kind of antiques they got there, or they'll be having there. Hey, Chi, what's up? We got Mud. My name is Mud. What's up? So yeah, there's construction crew, or guys fixing up the place, and it's actually two places that they're fixing up. They're right next to each other. I'm sure it's the same owner. And there's this metal signing that was outside of uh the property there. And I was in my truck, and these guys were out there removing the sign. And keep in mind that was the day of the fire, so it was very, very windy. And the wind blew this metal sign thing right off of the top there, and nearly it did it skimmed one of the guys, like, on his back. And you'll see in this very short video clip, I was like, "Oh, shit," I had my camera in hand, and I was like, "Run it," I don't know what the hell is gonna happen here, and it all happened so fast. Uh, take a look here. That was pretty quick, a little quick clip, but you can see the guy almost like he touches his side almost where you can see there on the ground, it's a big sign, whatever that or whatever held the sign there. So dude really lucked out. If that would have landed on him, that would have been a whole other story. And see how he's got his hand on his hip? That's where I seen it nick him there. So I'm sure it did mess him up. He was just kind of playing it off. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe sometimes at a shock or something, you don't want to act like you're hurt or you got hurt. I think that's what happened. Cause yeah, that thing it made a loud sound when it dropped. And Jennifer, greetings. Welcome. Yeah, scary, scary stuff. So he lucked out there, you guys. And then tonight there was an interesting thing flying in the sky outside of the shop where we normally get weird things going on in the skies there. Not only on ground level, but also in the skies. And so there was this weird I thought it was a plane, it was moving slow, and it most likely is a plane or a helicopter because it had these really bright lights on it. It was red and yeah, let's take a look. It just looked really different. It was moving pretty slow. What up, Kaiju? And it just looked a lot different than the normal aircraft around. So then drone comes to mind, right? Because it was kind of moving like one. Anyone see anything like that? Or recognize those lights? I wonder what kind of aircraft that is. Really had my attention. Jeff, what's up, brother? We are doing well, thank goodness. It has been a weird situation out here. I'm sure you've been hearing. Thank goodness we've been good, man. We are going to be sharing some footage tonight of a friend of mine who lives very close to that area. He's actually in the Malibu area, and yeah, good childhood friend, and yeah, it's very unfortunate that this happened so close to him and the people affected. There's a bunch of, I guess, people still missing. They sent out, and hope you're well, Jeff. I haven't seen you around in a bit. And you guys check out Jeff Harding if you don't know Jeff Harding. Um You should get to know him. I love his view on Bigfoot. He is, for the most part, a Bigfoot channel, and I have been invited onto his show before. And yeah, someone post his link to his channel. I don't think I figured out how to give, or if you could even give wrenches out here. But oh, but I could do that. The phone, I forget that. So I could always share the channel here unless someone beat me to it. There it is. Kaiju got it. Quick. Beat me to it. Appreciate that. Um yeah, they even have uh talked about the private firefighters that people have hired. Um and here we have, oh whoops, can't do it like that. Where are you? There you are. Search and rescue SAR crews from Mexico scouring rubble in Pacific Palisades. So yeah, we've been hearing about the Mexican firefighters coming to help, and yeah, hey, whoever and however we can use help from everywhere, and it's yeah, I think it's super cool. I don't, you would think that we would I mean, I don't know what the situation is as far as where we're getting help. If from other states, I'm sure we are. NorCal, um, yeah, but Mexico's stepping in, and yeah, they're even using their search and rescue. Let's see here, Joe. Having private water tender trucks to fill up their fire trucks to save the, yeah, yeah. Yep, the private. I think they were calling them Buffalo. I think what was it, Buffalo tanks or water buffaloes or something like that. I think it was. And yeah, they can't, I guess, since they're private, it's a completely other, two separate entities and LAFD. So I don't think they could help each other. And then let's see here. Another topic I've been hearing people talk about is the whole um people obviously going down rabbit holes, and one of the things I've been hearing about is the 2028 Olympics. And there was a few channels, one being Donut Factory. They get into a lot of the occult stuff and symbolism, and which is stuff I find fascinating, and I do think there's something to this stuff. And if you look here, they even like the symbolism in the Olympics here, they were breaking down. Like I said, we're just doing a quick little scan, no deep dive in here. But I will guide you to some other channels that have done this. And yeah, I don't know if you're into this type of stuff, and maybe you do your own breakdowns of things when you look at them. But yeah, they were breaking down, you know, the symbolism in, and even down to I've heard stuff in the past about even like the Olympics, the symbol of the Olympics, and on and on. You got the sun in there, and they could break it down like this was a fairy or an angel happening in Los Angeles, and just, getting into, like, for example, the Olympics in Brazil, what happened there, and, it's just something people are bringing up, and I thought it was, interesting. Another thing is the rail, like, I heard people trying to overlay the rail map, this, monoline, I think it is, that they wanna build, uh, to the Bay Area, I think it is, and, people were saying that that matched, like, the burned areas, and I don't know, I was like, "What?" Trying to make sense out of that, so I kinda, was like, "Well, let's look up a map of that and see that's so," but according to this map here, let's see, and I think this is what people are talking about. Um, Actually made it smaller there, huh? There we go. I mean, I don't see it really go through the areas that were affected, but I don't know, maybe there's a different map, and I don't know if anyone out there's seen that, if you know what I'm talking about. And it kind of reminds me of, when people do the overlay of the map, missing 411 map with, Bigfoot, what is it? The missing persons and caves and all these other maps, if you overlay them, that they all match. And maybe, I mean, I haven't done it myself. I've kind of looked into it a little bit, but never done it myself. And I do think, that missing 411, map, probably needs to be updated by now. But yeah, no, I didn't really see that anomaly here with the map. Oh yeah, the purple fog. Yeah, we've touched on the fog for sure. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe someone has, something, some other map or something, but the one that I seen that the guy was pointing out, I couldn't really, see it there. So, and I thought I'd look this up and check it out for ourselves. So I don't know. Ooh, yeah, the purple haze, huh? Yeah, 805 Oxnard. Whoop whoop. I actually know quite a few people from there, and a lot of them also live up in the mountains now, Joe. And Joe, did you surf as well? Yeah, I wonder, you might know Bobo. There's a good chance because he's originally, I think, from the Oxnard area. It's possible. And I know he used to surf. All right. What else did I have here? All right, got a couple clips also of some flybys. These if you're not up to game, outside of the shop, once again, we get a lot of weird anomalies that I like to focus on, but also, a lot of, commercial flights, helicopters. LAX is not too far. Their flight path is actually in the way of our shop. Uh, and it's not in the way, like, it's in the flight path, and so a lot of flights, airplanes, different things flying over the shop there, and yeah, some other weird stuff. And then we also get a lot of these military flyovers, and that has I noticed that kind of slowed down before all this started happening. There was quite a bit of that going on, the months before, and you could see a lot of those videos, on the channel here. over in the shorts. I think there's a lot more of those types of videos, and then some in the video section too. But yeah, you could check a lot of those flyovers over on the shorts. And today we had, let's see, the past couple of days we had a couple fly in which flyovers. I would expect them to be a lot more active, especially with this going on. But I didn't notice that the other day. I did notice one in the morning, but it hasn't been like past days where sometimes you'll get 2, 3 flyovers in a day. Um, it could be that who knows? Maybe they're busy doing other things. That's the Coast Guard. Here we go. So what's that in the front there? Does anyone know those things that are extending in the front of it, like a pipe? Maybe it is a pew pew pipe. I don't know. What are those things? Anyone in chat? And can anyone identify those choppers? I'm not good at those identifying it and learning them. Those had the pink. Been seeing a lot of those pink markings lately. Ha! Yeah, dude. I heard another joke along those lines earlier. It was a good one. I forgot it, but if I remember it, maybe we'll crack it. Haha, crack it. We'll be cracking up. All right. So yeah, for those guys out doing stuff related to what's going on, I don't know. Maybe they're doing their regular routines. But I found it very interesting that they fly over there so much. And I've spoken to other people that live or work throughout different parts of the city, and they've noticed them a whole lot too. So, yes, I do. Let's see if I have that. Hmm. Do believe I have that flight app. Oh, yeah. I got Flight Radar 24. I don't know if that's a good one. Let's see. Show. Where are you? Right up there. Flight Radar 24. And yeah, I'll make it a thing to start using it more. And so that should be able to tell you after to what went by and all that, right? I got to be able to. A lot of times I don't use my devices to their full potential or apps and stuff like that, but I you know, gotta get better at that. Got this tech for a reason. Let's see, flight radar doesn't always all okay. Yeah, I would imagine that. Catching up on double speed. All right. No problem. All right, what's this one here? Not sure what that video is here. Let's see. This is random. Let's pull this up. Or maybe it has something to do with. Oh, all right. This here. an anomaly. So some more anomalies. People have talked about like the water issue not be no water being around. People went deep, even going into like who owns most of the water and all this stuff. Um, Another anomaly I ran into, and like I said, a lot of this stuff is over on IG and TikTok and stuff. And I know how many of you feel about those platforms, and it sounds like that the TT might be on its last days. I'm hearing again. So who knows what's going to happen with that platform coming up here soon. But this is a IG post that I ran into, and it's this lady. Darn, I think the next clip. I took a couple screenshots, and I believe the next clip might have her name on it. If not, I'll be sure to share that out at some point. Um, and her video here, um, showed it was like it looks like some sort of home surveillance camera, and it's out, I believe, towards the Palisades and or somewhere in that area, and it looks like what looks like a huge flash happen, and that's the flash there, and on the next clip, you notice it looks like a fire starting to start in the back. There's this red, uh, almost like I don't know how to describe it. Like doesn't look like quite a flame, but you get this flash that completely almost covers the screen, and then this area over here seems to start burning after. So very weird. And there's her name. Let me see here. And look at that. Took that screenshot at 11:11 tonight. So there's your for all you that are into the angel numbers. And so I think her IG is Sandra dot Matic J. So Sandra dot Matic J, I believe, is at Sandra dot Matic J. So give that a shot. And I will share this video out later in the community post or post section. Blue Eyed Northern, greetings. Good to see you here. And so, has anyone else seen any of these videos or know of any of this stuff? Anyone see Joe here? Bright flash, and then a fire starts. That's a power line transformer. That's what keeps starting the fires up north here, California. Yeah, PG&E, right, was responsible for that paradise, I believe. Um, and that was another thing I also touched on briefly. I was like, remember the night I asked about what Palisades meant, because for some reason I was thinking paradise, because you think of the Palisades, it's like paradise, and we had the Paradise Fire, and the guys over on Donut Factory, they were chopping that stuff up, the etymology and said symbolism, numerology, astrology, how a lot of those things play roles in these big types of events. All right. So over to, let's see here. I'm going to see if there's any other stuff that I had looked up we could share. And then also, you're aware that close that. So the National Guard's been deployed into the evacuation zones. And yeah, there's been a lot of talks about that. Yeah, could only imagine the people trying to get back into their places if they have anything left, or having to deal with all that is just must be a trip. Uh, Sucks. All right, and then what else did we have? Greetings, Roger and Duke. Feel free to share your channel. If you guys don't know Duke Bigfoot Radio, uh, and we are a Bigfoot channel here as well. Check him out. He's got lots of Bigfoot content for you, and other giants and creatures as well. And I also thank Duke for having me on his show several times. Hopefully, we'll be on again soon. Duke. Yeah, no, and I like the format, the way you put your shows together, Duke. It's different and cool. You should have Joe Monk on. And there's always Midwest Nightwatch. Has Midwest, have you been on with Duke? Here am I setting up shows for people. I love doing that. If I could work something out with someone, refer someone, things work out. Hey, keep it rolling. Okay, let's see. All right, I think we're done with the websites and stuff. Let's see, pictures. All right, did anyone see this Volkswagen here? Anyone notice anything, any anomalies in this picture? Bummer, Philip. You lost your Instagram. What'd you do? Ah, Duke says blue doesn't burn. Now, where does that come from? Has that always been a thing, or show me my rights? Says blue. Welcome. There, we got some sirens. And salute to the firefighters out here. Luckily, we have just right down the street here is the fire station. So we'll have to. I was thinking, would be a nice gesture for them. Send them someone's homemade cookies or something like that. I think they'd appreciate some cookies, no? Who doesn't like cookies? Some good cookies, not some blah cookies. All right. Duke says Let me get back up here. Do you say what? It's Sasquatch because it's a blue item. So Duke light spectrum of the DEWs they are using. Ah, makes you wonder, huh? And so yeah, that brings me back to that light flash and hmm some of the other stuff what we've been talking about. Oh, it's show me Sasquatch. Now it's show me my rights. Yeah, everyone's been doing the little name change, which is all good. It's all good. Switch it up. It's a new year. Yeah, huh, the cookies. Good idea, huh? Just to be like, thank you and just to do something cool. Maybe we'll have to set that up. I was gonna say donuts, but that's someone else. Those are the other guys. Although donuts are good and fun. And this impacted me also because I used to have one of these. I think this one here is if it's not a 73, it's probably a 72. Could be 71, but I think 72 or 73 three bus because I had pretty much the exact same model. Just mine was tan. And yeah, we talked about this. And we're gonna talk about it again. Yeah, it was just that I was in love with that vehicle. It was my first vehicle, first learned how to drive stick, and I got it here where I'm at now. You know, one of these neighborhoods out here. One of the neighbors had it, and he was actually locked up and needed the money. And I was like, man, I always wanted one of those because and growing up, we had a neighbor, and he had the microbus. It was a yellow one, the one with all the little windows around it, and that's the one to get. And it had the safari windows, the windows that pop out in front. Super cool. But yeah, mine had I got a little roof rack on it, and I used to drive it up north all the time. And yeah, we used to go everywhere, do everything in that thing and eventually had to get rid of it. Had it sitting up on the land up north for a long time, and along with an old Ford that was grandpa's, and we had to give that away. Didn't tell grandpa about it. It was weird. It was when we were moving, but yeah, super cool vehicles for sure. And one day we'll get one again. Oh, Philip, no donuts for you. Yeah. So there's the whole talk about this and smart that and these meters. I've been hearing a whole lot that, could be highly dangerous. Huh. Something to think about. And they were saying that some of the places that survived the structures didn't have these particular types of meters. So could that be true? Yeah, a lot of questions. And let's hit rewind on this little. All right, took another couple clips of possible UFOs that are being captured. So anomalies, keep that in mind. Don't forget about that. Seems like people are, I mean, on the other platforms, people are, posting, reposting, and seems like a lot of activity. But over on the YouTube, I don't hear too much. I heard a little something. We touched on it a bit, but it seems like a lot of the bigger. I don't know if they're really touching on all that. I would have thought it would have been a big thing, just like the rest of the drone stuff and all the other ET stuff that had been going on throughout past couple years or year or so. Vegas, Miami, and all that. I thought, this would have been on that type of level too, but maybe they're trying to keep that low key. See kaiju here. You have a folder on Google Drive with a bunch of audio clips from the haunted for. Oh wow, bro! You play, yeah, yeah, definitely. And let's see, do you have Tate's number? If you have Tate's number, you could hit Tate up and get my number through him or through Jonathan Easley. Um, I think those are two guys that you might be in touch with like that. If not, maybe Alex too. He has my number. I'm trying to think of people that you may be in contact with that may have my number or know someone that that may have my number. But if not, if you have an email or whatever, we could start there or some other means of contact. I don't know if you're on Instagram. Yeah, you could email it to me. I don't have I have an email for NorCal Bigfoot Project, which I keep saying I can't get into. But yeah, we'll figure it out for sure. But I'm super stoked on that, man. I appreciate that. And maybe we could even go through it together on a live like this one day, and so you could point out and give your feedback on what you think you're hearing and what you're capturing there. And I wonder, are you using like Audacity? Are you using some sort of software or something like that? That's another thing I want to get into for doing audio. I haven't been using any software, but I know Audacity is one of those programs that DJs, music producers, and uh, musicians use. Let's see here. Boom. Cool. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there. Awesome. And yeah, if you look into the haunted forest, the reports and you know, they say yells and screams are one of the things there. So I don't know if that's some of the stuff that you were capturing, but it doesn't surprise me that we're getting some sounds there. Especially if that's a thing in that area. So audition. So is that yeah, I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, you can use Audacity. Hillbilly, what's up, bro? Seen I was digging your IG page, man. And feel free to share that out here. We're sharing another buddy's Insta. I don't know if you caught that or not, but I know since you're on Instagram, I'll go ahead and share it out again. And he's the artist who did our floors at the shop, a good friend of ours, and we're gonna be looking at some of the pictures from his area out of Malibu, and just look him up again here. So yeah, if you could give him a follow over there, I'm sure he'd greatly appreciate it. And big thank you to him, Doctor Design, for sharing this footage with me, and then letting us, yeah, or letting me share it with you. That's what I'm trying to say. We have Bigfoot, uh, World Bigfoot Radio up in here. Hillbilly. I don't know if you follow Duke. You probably do. Check them out. And there's all different types of flavors of Bigfootery in the circuit, you know. Um, yeah, and you could just gravitate to what you like. Some flavors aren't for everyone. Um, yeah, I like to check out all different types. They had all different types of things. They had Tom Powell on tonight over with Doug Hycheck on uh what's Doug Hycheck's what's the name of his network? I'm downloading that file too right now. But yeah, don't forget about these strange anomalies in the sky. So here's the first shot, and my buddy does carry a pretty good camera around. I don't know what he was using this time around. I mentioned he had just gotten back from a trip from a few states away, had actually fallen ill, and then came home to all this going on. Said when he woke up in the morning, uh, this is what he woke up to. Untold Radio Network. Thank you, Kaiju. And so, yeah, pretty scary. I don't know if it, I don't think, or I'm not sure exactly if this is like from his house or, but it looks like he's possibly on a hill, several hills over from this particular uh, plume of smoke there. So yeah, very alarming. I'd be like, whoa, what is going on? So here is a picture he took, and like I said, this is his area. He's in like Malibu area, and this I believe he was saying is Paula Abdul's house. Don't mark my words, but I believe he was saying it was Paula Abdul's house after she sold. I guess she had sold the place or something like that. Who knows? I'm not sure. But yeah, seems to be burning there on the left. Now, he said, so along, uh, he was describing the Malibu area to me. And he says, yeah, along PCH, it just looked like this, you know, cars were all completely just burnt out. And I mentioned this lady reporter who specifically was pointing out this vehicle over in the Eaton fire and how the metals had melted under it. And she even picked up some of the metals and was slapping it on the ground, and it was like heavy. And she was mentioning how whatever it took a lot of heat to do that. Yeah, definitely, Philip. So there it looks like might have been a house there. This looks like a particular neighborhood, and he was saying, so this I think was an older friend of his, older lady that wanted to get some word on her place, and he was able to go check it out, and this is what it looked like. And he said it was an amazing mansion. Some more vehicles there. It looks like. And he did send me some clips with some anomalies, some orbs, and we'll see if those pop up in here. I didn't see them when I was putting this slide together. See, we'll go back here one. It's a street corner there. You can see, I think it's a firefighter as well. So these are some nighttime shots. Obviously, it's dark. There's daytime. You can see a plane there dropping some of that, what I think is a fire retardant. And I think this is, once again, the Palisades fire. Um, yeah, super heartbreaking. That's, I think, the Malibu Pier, it might be, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. It looks like a pier there. Right on, Kaiju. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. And we'll be diving into that as soon as I get it. I'm really excited for that. It's like that spiral staircase there. So that was probably, you know, one of those Malibu beachfront homes. And as you can see in that picture, looks like a Jeep or something maybe there. And both of those cars are like right beachfront, you know? That's what it looks like. So even being near the water, and that's what I noticed too on some of the footage I was seeing was that there was lifeguard shacks were on fire, the palm trees like on the beach. And once again, PCH Pacific Coast Highway runs along the coast, and so there was, a lot of the homes, the famous Malibu homes and stuff like that, and that pier, I think, is what it was there. What else? Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that along that PCH that just got all toasted like that. It's just wild. I can't even imagine it. All right, so I think we're done with the sharing there. Let's see. Yep, here's another view of one of those choppers. And I don't know if anyone was able to answer the that pipe thing there. Not sure what that is. I don't know if someone responded to that. Oh, right on. Cool. You posted the Tom Powell interview. Yeah. Yeah, I got an interesting I got one of his books, The Locals, and it's a really good book, Bigfoot book. And it looks like he's got another book out, and the cover of that had a UFO on it too. So it sounds like he's getting into some interesting rabbit holes there with the whole topic. And it sounded like he's kind of leaving the topic too of Bigfoot. I'm not I was catching the show here and there. But his book, The Locals, is a good one. And the cover, I forget who illustrated that, but the cover really impacted me because in the cover you see it's like three Sasquatches in the dark, and it's almost like, yeah, they're like black. And I don't have the book on me here, but it reminded me of this sleep paralysis episode that I had up in Honeydew, and I talked about it. Being in a yurt, this broken down like a cabin yurt thing that we were kind of fixing up, but I was able to stay in, and it was in the woods, deep in the woods, and had this episode of sleep paralysis. And at the door of this structure, uh, when I noticed I was in the sleep paralysis, had my eyes open, wasn't able to move or yell or anything like that. You know how that goes. Um, at the door, it was a trippy door and just trippy. The whole setting there. The main house was like a hobbit house. Some of you are probably familiar with this story or this particular property, but and it's where they told me about the fairies and just different things, interesting things. But yeah, had the sleep paralysis, and then at the door, I noticed there was what looked like three. I could only see three silhouettes at the door, and they were big figures, humanoid looking figures, and it reminded me of the cover of the local. So just I'm not saying they were Bigfoots, but that's what that looked like. I couldn't see any eyes or anything. It was just like dark, shadowy. Yeah, it was very. It was. I always describe it that it was. It would scare most people out of their own body. Believe me. But at this time, I was familiar with sleep paralysis, and so I knew what was happening, and so I didn't really panic. And I actually it wasn't that scary to me because I was conscious of what was happening, and I stayed calm and I was able to get out of it. But I think anyone else probably would have tried, or most people, should I say, uh, would have tried running out of those woods after that episode. But yeah, no, there's nowhere to run to. Good luck. Um, but yeah, I'll share that since Tom Powell came up, and let's see, Duke here. Oh yeah, yeah. There's been a whole lot of talk of the underground in LA. There's been a young man. I believe I don't know his YouTube channel off the bat, but he's been doing some interesting documentaries on uh, the tunnels of LA, and he's actually being given like a tour by whoever's working down there. So I'll try to get those shared out too, so you guys could peep that out. And yeah, there was another Insta uh, going in once again on some of the actors over on the west side of Los Angeles and how some of their mansions connect underground and stuff like yeah, some well-known actors that you all know, and you've probably seen some stuff on it as of late because of a lot of the music industry stuff going on out there. See if we could activate my camera again here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Where's let's see what that one gets. Crickets on that one. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, a lot of stuff's coming to light, and it's interesting to see what's happening. So yeah, people were like, um, I don't know, maybe in denial still. I feel a lot of people are getting hip to the hop and seeing what's going on and are like, yeah, you know, it's happening. Certain things are happening, and it's in our face. Yep. Yeah, I haven't been hearing too much. But actually, on social media is, the channels there, the smaller channels and stuff. And I guess even some of the bigger channels that stay on top of, things like that, they're still doing their thing, but as far as, media-wise, Duke, yeah, I haven't heard, too much. Oh, Philip, Filippo. And we're going through comments here. I don't know, in case anyone's listening and not checking out the chat later. But if you hear me laugh, it's for a reason. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you got to be smart about how and believe me. Like, also, I would like to go deeper. I gotta, I'm learning how to operate here, and I know it's on YouTube. It's like being on eggshells. I see people worry on here sometimes about what they say, and you have to. I get it, and just learning all that. And it's a little challenging because we want to be able to express ourselves, and I just want to make sure I don't cross that line. I don't want to get into any trouble or get anyone else into any trouble either. But I feel it's definitely something we need to discuss and we should discuss. And yeah, could someone out there also, while we're here, in case for anyone that hasn't caught it, or we're gonna put up Latchkey Hustles, uh, mom's GoFundMe. Also, we're keeping that going, and you could donate whatever you can. You know, dollar, $2, $5, or whatever money your country deals with. It's going towards a good cause, and I want to say that the fund, the run's going pretty good for them. I think Um, I don't know how all that works, but and even sharing out the GoFundMe is a good way to help too. If you can't, donate. I know things are tough. Believe me, it financially has been a rough one, but I do feel things will be getting better. Has to. Might get a little worse, but I think there's a light at some point. So hang on, y'all. And salute to those you doing good too. Can't hate on the people that are doing their thing and got it together. So latch keys. Let's see. GoFundMe. Oops. Let's see. And over, if you tap into the GoFundMe site, it'll give you all the options to uh, share on different platforms. Makes it really easy. Um, Copy link there. Boom. Oh, whoops. Didn't didn't copy the link there. Jeez. Come on now. BD. I got this. There it is. Yeah. Joe. Donated 2 chickens and a goat. That's who we do up here in the mountains. Right on. Yeah, I gotta hook up, Rumble somehow. I don't know, so these on the new software I'm running, it has the options, TikToks, Twitch. So we're live on Twitch now. Forgot about that. What's up, Twitch? I got 4 new followers over there. I appreciate that. And yeah, I haven't noticed any of their messages here. I don't know if the StreamYard shows it, but I believe StreamYard I heard people say that you can't, you know, stream on different platforms at once with StreamYard, but I seen that you could. I haven't tried it. Actually, we're not live on Twitch. With the other software, we go live on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah. Monk, you should get my number. I'm surprised. I've always wanted to get your contact, man. There's a lot of stuff I'd love to share with you and just in case I'm ever up your way because I do, Grass Valley's been on my list for a long time. I would always hear about Grass Valley cuz people that would come and work up our way would head over to Grass Valley after they would be in our area. So I would always hear people go to Grass Valley or, of course, they'd go to Shasta and different places, Trinity up in the Trinities and different areas. But Grass Valley was one of those places. And I was like, man, I haven't been there. I've been through like nearby, but never spent time there. And I recently seen a video where it showed the town of Grass Valley, and there was a bunch of old world stuff, all these different buildings. And then the Oro, what is it? The Oro Theater? El Oro, the gold theater stood out to me. I think it's the post office as well that was tripped out. There's some interesting stuff that has to do with the old world Tartaria topic, and yeah, I don't think anyone's done any videos in that town yet that I know of. So it'd be a cool one to investigate. It's the only civilization in Nevada County, huh? And Joe and I are supposed to meet at Grocery Outlet. Is Grocery Outlet just like a West Coast thing, or are those all over the country? Grass Valley sounds like some good grazing there. Del Oro Theater. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a cool town there. But I would definitely check in with Joe Monk before wandering around there. Yeah, aisle 9. And then where was another place I was thinking we could meet in that oh yeah, the Del Oro. I guess we could meet there at the theater. Oh yeah, I bet. Haunted. Yeah, you have that whole mining history there. Uh there's probably still gold in them hills. Midwest is doing a video at 4 p.m. Pacific time today on Tartaria. Post the link. You know how to do that, Firewater? Post links. Uh it's fun. I like doing it. And we don't mind if you add cookies to it, but I've been telling people just because there's certain people that won't click on those links with cookies. So uh Yeah, basically you remove the cookies by deleting from the end of the link all the way up to the question mark. So you delete it up to the question mark. Oh, that's all right, Firewater. No worries. I mean, you telling us was good enough. And Gerald and Chi were here earlier, so I don't know if they posted that, but I did see and I did set my notifications for that. Yeah, cookies, Philip Blair. So if you when you post a link, you'll see the link. It'll it'll have a question mark at some point. And so from the question mark, and this is what Magneticus Attractus taught me. Yeah, if you delete everything to the question mark, then you take the cookies away. And the cookies are, extra junk that I guess tracks you and maybe sells your information and stuff. That's what I'm thinking. Joe Monk says he hates cookies unless they have chocolate chips in them. Hmm. Yeah. So Philip, yes, cookies are what pollute URLs. Kaiju's got the munchies now. Someone, Hillbilly still in here. He's probably hotboxing the chat, probably taking some dabs or something. And so yesterday, there was an incident outside of the shop when I was closing. You all might have caught the little live there. Um, and that's, I do that. Anytime there's something going on in the street, if I could go live, we do it. And viewer discretion is advised, right? But and of course, depending on the situation, if we need to call like for help first or whatever it may be, I assess it, and or if I need to go take cover, we safety first. There's Hillbilly. Yep, pass it around. Roger here likes peanut butter cookies. Mm. Yeah, there's these. Speaking of cookies, look, the boy got the munchies right here. So we've showed these before because we carry the macadamia ones at the shop. Come on, camera. It's Lenny and Larry's cookies. This is a chocolate chip one, and they got protein in them. Protein in them. Protein in them. It says non-GMO. Speaking of GMO, Hillbilly, I got some GMO flour tonight. And yeah, we up in Humble, people get mad sometimes because of the names of the strains. And yeah, GMO is a sucky one. Like, why call it GMO, right? You don't want to be smoking GMO. But anyway, the GMO stands for. Can you tell us, Hillbilly? Hillbilly knows what's GMO. Not genetically modified organisms. GMO. Larry Hart, blessed love, brethren. Wagwan fireman. Yes, I. Enough love. So GMO is a strain, and it stands for garlic, mushroom, onion. Yeah, and it's an interesting flavor. Does have those if grown right, has those get those proper terpenes, and yeah, you get these funky. There's spicy herb flavors. The terpene profiles get deep, y'all. Hillbilly. You got your microphone yet and your camera? You can hop on here, bro, and break it down for us. Yeah, no, the profiles go from sweet, all these different fruity type flavors. There's the skunky, piney, uh What else is there? Hillbilly. There's so many, and it's interesting how the terpenes work on the brain. I think, at least for me and for others, sometimes certain flavors bring back certain memories and certain things, certain vibes, certain feelings. Uh, Come on, camera, you're wigging out. Sorry, I'm doing a lot too many hand gestures for the camera here. You on me? Right, good. Joe spent time in Humboldt County, and he doesn't remember much. It must have been a good time. Woo. Oh yeah. Yeah, savory, spicy. There you go. And just getting it set up, man. Maybe next time. Four main categories of terps: floral, earth, fruit, and gas. Yeah, you got that gas, those fuels, the diesels, uh, jet fuel. I think that'd be the perfect strain for what's his name? Da 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 da. Work Skunk Works, Jets. We talked about him earlier tonight. Legendary Jim Goodall. The perfect strain for Jim would be jet fuel. Aha! Hillbilly likes sour fruit, regular and leaded. Mmm, that'll get you going. Firewater here doesn't remember much about the 70s. Hmm. Was it dangerous hitchhiking in the 70s also? I would imagine, I think like 70s, 80s, I think, serial killers and stuff like that, you know. But people used to do it a lot back then. Even in LA, I seen footage of people hitchhiking back in those days. I would have thought it would have been just as dangerous. Yeah, people don't do it out here now. But Northern California, you still get that. You get hitchhikers up in I'm sure back in the day when a lot more folks were coming through, Joe. I've picked up some hitchhikers before and yeah, gotta be careful with that. 100. Gotta stay dangerous, like Chuck Norris. Did a lot of hitchhiking in the 70s and early 80s. Was it dangerous, Duke, for a man? I think for women, period. And so many women used to do it all the time, right? And a lot of them paid the price, Uh unfortunately. Mm. Joe's baby shark is probably qualifies if the dog needs to be big. Ah, NYC Hayes, huh? I know they were known for the diesel too, but I was seeing something. I don't know if the diesel come from Florida. I thought it's a New York diesel. Haven't seen the cheese around. We were talking about the cheese the other day with a butcher. Yeah, I like the old UK cheese was a fun one. I was also thinking, yeah, maybe we'll do like a cannabis review here at some point. Like we'll be doing these lives, and yeah, that'll be a little different than everyone else's, right? We'll do cannabis review, and we'll have like different segments, and that'll be one of them. Oh my fire water. Hitchhike with a friend from Portland to San Diego when you're 14. You see? Yeesh. I mean, thank goodness you're alive. But wow. Hmm, it's a long ways. Did uh did you do that in a Volkswagen? Was it a Volkswagen bus that picked you up by chance? I'd take that ride. Yep. Sour Diesel has a long sordid story. East Coast Sour D and West Coast. Uh Duke Foot got some pink shirts last week. Aha. Oh, fire water. I'm sure it that's why hence the name, huh? Doggies barking. And so yeah, we didn't get into that. The Let's see, we got one more clip here, y'all. So the gentleman the other night, we, had a weird episode. Dude was jumping out of his truck in the middle of a major intersection, Olympic in Indiana, there outside of the shop, and seemed to have. At first, I thought the dude got pew pewed or something like that. So I was like, "Whoa, something's happening." And he jumped out of his truck, left the truck ghost riding on its own, and I don't know how the truck even ended up back to him. I don't know if he had someone, passenger riding with him maybe, but he, ejected himself from the, vehicle, and the vehicle kept moving down a main street, made it past the intersection, door open, and he runs over to the Jim's restaurant outside of it, and he's just like, uh, I don't know, he was looking for something, and just like his body movements were really strange, and he ended up on the ground. And that clip I will not be showing, but after people were asking, and well wishes to him and all that, were being sent. And so I'm sure some of you were concerned about his well being. And so I did want to share this clip here of afterwards. I hear sirens. Everyone's at the corner there now. So he's the guy in this in nearest to the truck in the gray. And so somehow his truck made it back. That did look like the truck when I seen it. So we got the ambulance pulling up here.
Buddy in the wheelchair will give me the details.
Yeah, because before he went over there,
Looks
the
well
guy in the
dressed.
wheelchair, and the guy that was flipping out, he was well dressed. Guy in the wheelchair, before he got over there, I told him that something was going
I
on, so
hear
just be
sirens. Everyone's
careful.
at the corner there now.
But he headed straight over there, and so I'm sure he knows what happened, and so I will be asking him, the next time I get a chance, the next time I see him, and, we'll find out what happened, but it was good to see the man pretty much on his feet there,
Buddy
uh,
in the wheelchair will give me the details.
not, he's kinda wiping himself down because he did hit his head
Looks
when he
well
fell.
dressed.
Yeah. Weird, weird stuff. People were asking maybe it was some sort of attack or some sort, uh, very possible, but for some reason what's up, Isaac? I see you here, carnal. Blessings to you, bro. Are you in SoCal by chance? And if you are, hope you're well. Hope you've been well. Stay trucha out there for you all that aren't familiar with that term. It's It's like a Mexican Spanish word that means like watch out or stay alert. Trucha. Um, yeah, Cuvo Brown, and Cuvo is que uvo. We just shorten it to Cuvo, meaning what's up. So Cuvo Isaac. Oh, North Carolina, right on. Well, man, I hope you're doing well out there. I know the Carolinas were also affected by some destruction, and we also touched base on that. Got a gift from Puckerbutt Pepper Company, who's out that way, and their farm was affected by uh, the devastation there. So yeah, prayers out to the peeps out there. Oh, you were in San Antonio or San Anto, and yes, smacking my lips there. Take a little sip, and yeah, we're almost up to the 2 hour mark here. Whoa, you know, pulling them off pretty much nightly, which is pretty cool. So I see I could rock a couple hours. We could keep going too, but yeah, no, it's good to know. I remember done some 3 hour interviews before, 222. Um, yeah, I'm just glad I'm able to rock like that. Yeah, no problem, Kaiju. It's cool that you're up at these hours. And eventually, like I said, we'll work on a schedule. I know the algorithm. There's a certain formula to it, and here for 2025, it's changed, so it's giving a lot of small YouTubers opportunities. They say to grow, and hey, if we can grow, why not? But yeah, I'm just doing it live, not doing taking any of those formulas uh and not applying them really. I'm just, like I said, it's just freestyling, getting more familiar with all this, feeling more comfortable, and learning how to operate all this. Yeah, eventually it'd be cool to take calls and whatever else. Like I said, we're working on setting up this mixer here as well, and maybe we could get some. I'm thinking because there's a copyright issue, so with music and other things, maybe you can mix copyright free music. So I'm thinking, yeah, so maybe through Spotify or something, you could mix from there instead of me using some of my like older music and stuff like that. I would think those streams would have to get deleted. Um, but yeah, maybe you could do some copyright free sets. And luckily on Spotify, which I'm new to, and I've known about Spotify for a long time. Actually, even my son has got some tracks on Spotify. I'll have to share those out one day too. Yeah, now that I'm tapped into it, I see it's just a massive library of music. It's amazing. So, and I'm sure you're able to mix those with uh, the gear, whatever gear you have. So, and I'm sure there's even what is it? Yeah, there's DJing software too. Like there's virtual DJs is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, you know, little by little, chipping at it. If anyone ever has any tips, tricks, or any constructive criticism or any of that fun stuff, hey, send it my way. Uh Yeah, I'm gonna wish. Oh, we're gonna do a little audio test here too while we're at it, since I've been having issues with like the Bluetooth stuff. So we'll give that a shot on our way out here. And I want to appreciate everyone for hanging out tonight, listening in. Smash the likey, subscribe if you haven't, rock the notification bell, hit that ding dong. Um, yeah, you all have a good night, good morning, good rest of your week, and tap in with us later. See what happens at the shop today. Stay blessed, y'all. One love. Yes, audio test. 1, 2. Mic check. Where we at? Coming to you live and direct from Los Angeles, California, NorCal, Bigfoot, Southern Oregon, Project, Sky's the Limit, Skywatch Squad. Where you at? All right, little audio check. We'll check that later, see how that's sounding. One love, y'all.